Okay, welcome to the war room. I need a little atmosphere here. You know, these wars aren't as easy as they look. Here is another empowered trading video. Not the best way to trade, but here we go.
Today's war room meeting. I just want to share with you what's on the radar. We actually took a trade in the London Live Room this morning. First of all, we actually missed. I missed the trade on the lower time frames. We had this Gartley pattern on the dollar yen. Very quick, pain-free winner. Didn't hit that. Missed that. It actually filled just before the room opened, and anything else that progresses, I'll put onto the trade floor software. And if you're wondering why this is a little bit pre-recorded, I'm shooting this about half hour before.
Pain-free. I'm here for the pain. This is the war room. Come on.
For the war room, and the reason is because we're having still having some technical problems, and the office that I've been using to shoot the war room from temporarily, they had a big function on, so I wasn't able to go there. But still delivering the war room to you. It's only half hour out, so if you're trading, it shouldn't make too much difference. But the first trade I want to show you is on the euro dollar. So as we approach the 1250 level, so the 1250 level, 1260 level, this is one of the areas in this market that I have written down, I've used to build into my discretion as a trader. Okay, there were certain levels in markets when I was doing my testing that I noticed were respected. One of them actually before.
More respect here on the front lines, man. I think I'd be selling right up there. Look at how it's almost like resistance up there. Look at these bat wings, man. Off the wicks. I said, how many times have I told these guys? If I told you once, I told you 100 fucking times. Do not put your shit on the wicks.
Before I go on to the euro dollar, one of them was actually the 7,500 even handle on the Aussie dollar. Okay, so if you look at how price actions respected this 7,500 even handle number, look how the candles have started to form as we approach that level. And if I zoom out here, just to show you guys, in fact, let's go out to the higher time frame, right? Heck, let's go out to the higher time frame. So I'll bring on the dailies. I think I'm going to have to adjust my my DSR levels here. Let me just adjust these down.
Incoming.
If we go out to the dailies, look at this level, right? Support. We pushed down, we became resistance. We then respected this level every time we tested it. Look at this. Support, resistance, right? Became resistance again.
Anybody see the trap up there? Once you start seeing that you want to buy right here at the edge of the world, you always want to get in the edge. Right here is the edge. Here again. This is range trading. This is buy, sell territory. Oh boy, that was a big one. Here, you want to buy right here. So he should have carried this forward so he could place these trades. He doesn't carry these forward to get in on these trades. I think that's why he's giving seminars and not. These guys are relying on selling this crap. You got to wonder why, right? Because they would have just traded this and made so much money. You wouldn't spend time giving seminars, right?
And then support, right? We then became support, right? So you can see this is a level I want to pay attention to. I know that if we approach this level in the future, I know there's a high probability that we're going to see a reaction at that level, and I want to use that as my discretion. I don't want to just forget about these numbers. Right, so when I did my own testing, there were certain levels in the market that allowed me to override some filters in my trade plan and become a little bit more aggressive because I didn't want to miss opportunities, and I know that these are high probability opportunities. So one of the areas I'm looking at is actually on this Aussie dollar, but there's not really a way for me to get involved at the moment. I'm looking for an entry in or a break and close above, because
you're
guess what?
selling
Break
here,
and close
right?
these highs, and we see a push up to the upside. Well, the chances are if we pull back down, this 7,500 even handle is going to provide a decent level of support. So that's something to pay attention to a little bit later on. But what I was really looking at is the euro dollar. Similarly, this 112.50 level is an area that I like to pay attention to, and if we draw on, in fact, if we extend our DSR across, look, you can see we had our previous structure consolidation level up here. All of the resistance levels were being held at that level. We then spiked up here and held that level, and we're approaching that level again, which means I want to pay attention to what's going to happen here, because I know that I might be able to
pay attention. That's what I'm telling everybody. Pay attention.
to get a little bit of profit off of this counter trend move. But I know that I want a good risk reward. I want the trade to be in my favour, okay? And as we approach this level, look what's been happening recently. We put in a higher high, outside return, higher high, outside return, higher high. You can see price action just
higher
went over,
high. That's what I'm looking for.
Higher high, okay? And we've started to stall. We're no longer putting in those strong moves, and you can see this big bullish candle here, and then we start to slow down. We've got a couple of doji candles there.
Listen to
And
that
as we
sound
get down
of
to my 6 minute
Skype
time
exiting.
frame,
That's
what you're
kind
going
of
to see is we actually went overbought, We've got some bearish divergence. We put in a double top here, okay? And I saw this, and that coupled with the area in the market that I want to pay attention to allowed me to get involved. And what we took this morning is, I'm just going to bring on my trade here to show you guys. I used this as a double top entry. Stop loss went an ATR above the highs, so
double top.
112.84. I've got my targets down at 12.14. Again, I've taken one position for the syndicate. The reason I've got my target there is because it's structure, and hopefully.
But why didn't you get in here? I mean, he was probably sleeping, or his war room wasn't. He didn't get any orders from above. But wouldn't this be the obvious place to get the fuck in? And you've got a nice price action trade here. Is the spinning top doji. Buy-in stops. Take out something here. Tops become bottoms. Here you could have put on a sell stop. You have your sell limits triggered here. You don't even have to be here for the trade. You don't need to pay attention to price action unless you want to get in at the market or get in at stops. Right? I'm just saying.
Hopefully we can get filled this. It'll be a nice 40 odd pip win, and I'll update you guys if we get filled. But I just want to stress the importance of identifying targets, because lots of people put a lot of effort into identifying entries into a trade, but then they don't realise that you need to put just as much into your target taking. Because what's the point in entering into a trade if you don't know how to capitalise on that trade and where the sweet spot is, as we call it, to take your profits? That's why backtesting is so important. And I know I'll harp on about backtesting.
That's true, but you don't need to backtest that. You need to see the exit before the entry, so you need to see both because you can make money on the exit. He's got a pretty liberal stop on there. He could have scooched that stop up, but I think he's afraid of getting stopped out. He typically runs 100 pip stops.
All the time. But this is the trade that I'm in, guys. Backtesting will really help you with identifying areas for target taking as well as entries, so make sure you pay attention to that when you're crunching those numbers. And that's what I'm in on the euro dollar, guys. So that hopefully we can hit targets on that. And the other trade that I want to share with you is on the New Zealand dollar. So it's another counter trend trading opportunity. We're pushing up to another level that I like in this market, 70.50. We are approaching previous structure. Again, if you draw on the horizontal line tool here, you're going to see previous structure, resistance, resistance. We saw some support here once we broke through. We had a gap as well. We had support, support, support. Okay.
We have to go for
resistance,
hyperspeed
resistance,
now.
And we're approaching that level again. Another level I want to pay attention to. Drop down to my trading time frame. And you see this big bullish move here, strong bullish move. Look, what's that? We've had 1, 2, 3, 4. We had a little pause here, but 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bullish candles in a row. Okay, the market is starting to run out of steam.
Look at this void that was filled here. This is the impetus for this, I think. Huge. Oh boy, that was a big one. That was a market order I just placed. Look at this big void that's filled up. And wow, here was your doji entry. Here's another doji entry. The only chance to really get on that train. Incredible. Incredible move. This is, I don't know why he has this down here. Gotta wonder about this stuff, honestly.
Look at the RSI, well overbought here. The RSI is massively overbought. We're currently up at 90. Okay, the RSI is conventionally considered overbought at 70, bear that in mind. And we're approaching this DSR zone. So the DSR is telling us where that major level of structure is already. It's drawn it on our chart for us. And those of you who've got training, if you know, I know you got lots of value from that, but if you remember Todd Brown's example there, you can see, look, we had retest of this structure level, became a major level of structure. This is the daily DSR level on the 4-hour time frame. You see we're approaching that level again. We've had a big bullish momentum move. We've got RSI on the board. Market should start to run out of steam. What do you think I'm going to be looking for at this level?
Buy.
Double top, right? Double top. Now I can drop down to my lower time frame and get that on the 60. So I'm just patiently waiting for a double top on the 60, and if I get one, I can enter this exactly the same way as I entered the euro dollar.
Just throw a limit up there.
Fact, I've just been
there you go.
I've just been filled the euro dollar, so you can see that we just took out my order there. That's 42 pips, so I'll update that in the trade floor. But I'll be looking exactly the same entry on this. So we're way off on this one, guys, and I will update you as and when. The only other thing on the radar is this cipher pattern, but I'm sure Akil is monitoring this, so whether I shoot it in or not, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. So not a bad little win there in the war room, and I'll be back tomorrow to update you on this, and anything changes, I'll shoot it into the trade floor. And until tomorrow, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then.
All right, here's the deal. The Syndicate has become the most popular program that we offer here at Trading Power, not just because of the incredible price, but because of what you are getting for your investment. Now, here's how it works. Each day, we hold a morning war room meeting where you're going to find out exactly what trades that we're watching here at the office. The meetings are normally about 10 to 15 minutes long, and they're designed to get you dialed in on the highest probability trades of the day. Each trade that we take, both when we get in and when we get out, are all posted to our private trade floor software that only you have access to. And the new upgrades to Trade Floor make it accessible from any web browser or mobile device so that you never miss a trade update. Take it with you, wherever you want to go. In addition, we do weekly recaps and training videos with discussions on trading psychology and technical analysis and a whole lot more. And to round it all out, I'm also going to give you access to the first module of my foundational training course. So if you've ever wondered things like, why do markets really move? Or how...
Here's the people that took the other course here. Notice they're about to jump. Here's a preview, his students from his other class, right? Maybe I'm speculating too much.
How do you find the best broker, or what's the best computer for you in your trading? All that stuff's in the foundational course, along with some really great training on Fibonacci and structure analysis too. So now I could charge a whole ton of money for this stuff and make it really, really expensive, but I'm not going to do that to you. It's not $100.
But wait, you also got
It's not $200. In fact, I'm so sure that you're going to love the program that I'm going to give you an entire month in the syndicate for just $1. And for the price
wow, man, the syndicate. Oh, that was a big one.
of a third of a cup of coffee, you are going to get to
A
spend the next
third
month
of a cup of coffee. You should see the coffee I'm drinking, buddy. It costs more than that.
looking over the shoulder of some of the most knowledgeable and skilled traders in the business. So sign up right now. We are just a few hours away from the next war room, and time's running out.
Oh boy, I'm on it. Click, everybody. Hurry up and click.